how do you change the stuff on it, the frame and everything? How do you change the color on it?
Oh, you need to do camo.
What do you need to get, Harry?
You need to change the camo.
What's the camo?
Camouflage.
Yeah, but I just said how.
Hey guys, Legit Meow here. What's up? I got a game of Search and Destroy for you guys. I'm gonna be using the MP5K with the silencer. I don't think I caught what perks I'm using here, but it's not really important. The other team, if you heard in the loading screen, is from the UK somewhere, so they probably they have really bad connection, and this was an easy game. I honestly, that was pretty bad aim. Do you see that? I was shooting at the ground for half the clip, but it's pretty easy to beat people who are on 2 bars. Obviously, I have a 3-bar connection here, and this was when I still hadn't prestiged yet, which means that they didn't do that patch that improved the connection. So basically, the reason that they had bad connection is because of that glitch or whatever with the connection issues before they released that patch recently. So a lot of the times when I was playing Black Ops back then, I was having connection problems like that, but this is one of the games where I actually had a decent connection and the other team had a bad connection. So yeah, this isn't that impressive because obviously I had a big advantage with my 3-bar, but oh well, this is, like I said, the only Search and Destroy game I have recorded. I'll probably go and play some more Search and Destroy sometime whenever I have time. I do suggest using the MP5K silenced because for a silenced weapon, I think it's probably the best SMG to be silenced. Most people say that the AK-74 used the best SMG, but personally I haven't had that good experiences with it. Plus, people don't like to watch gameplay with the AK-74 used, so it kind of works out well for me, I guess. Something that somebody brought up in the comments of one of my videos where I get, I think, 68 and 8 on I can't remember what map. They were saying that I wasn't playing the objective and I've got to go for flags and all that stuff, which I've got a few times in the comment section before. And basically, my take on that is that there has to be different roles on your team all the time, because just like any sports team or any maybe a job that's kind of an environment that you work together, such as like a restaurant where there's people bussing, people washing the dishes, and people cooking and everything. You have to work as a team to do the objective. Not one person has to do the objective by himself. If one person makes it his goal to cap as many flags and kill as many people as possible, then it's not going to go over well because he has too much to do. People have to be assigned specific jobs, like certain people to cap flags so that they are not distracted by other things and they can get their job done easily, while other people, like me, typically would be what's called a slayer and kill the enemy team and make sure that they don't have a chance to kill my team when they're trying to cap flags. So if there isn't a slayer on the team, it's going to be a lot harder for the people who go for the flag caps or whatever the objective you're playing is, like the bomb plant and demolition, for example. It's always helpful to have a few slayers, and typically in actual competitive gaming, there's more slayers than there is objective players, which is very logical because it works out better that way, and it's been proven in soccer, football, hockey, lacrosse. Those are Canadian sports, hockey and lacrosse, but, well, they're like the national sports, so that's why I listen. By the way, I live in Canada. So yeah, I think that everything works better if you go for the objective as a team rather than an individual person going for the objective. A lot of people who call themselves objective players seem to think that they don't need slayers on their team, and they think it's selfish to go for kills, when really I think they have the misconception that The only possible reason for a Slayer to be getting kills like that and going around killing people is for their KD ratio. Honestly, to me, my KD ratio isn't that important to me. It's I think it's above average, but the main thing is to keep the enemies away from the objective so that my team can move in for the cap. And that's why I like to run high kill streaks like the chopper gunner and the dogs, because they help keep the enemy away from me. And then objective players can run lower kill streaks like UAV and Blackbird, because that's easier for them to get when they're not intentionally going for kills, and they might stumble upon a decent kill streak. Also, the Slayers can use UAVs and stuff too, depending on what works best for your team. Don't get me wrong though, I will go and cap flags if I think it's needed, and if I think that without me capping flags we're not going to win the game. But for the most part, I try to stick to slaying, and if my team's struggling and they can't cap the flag in the clutch situation like near the end of the game, then I'll cap a few flags, or I'll even try and dominate the other team, which is having all 3 flags capped at the same time, so then to make sure we win, which is probably what you should do in a public match. Although if you're playing competitive, I don't really play competitive. I've never been into that. I'm just kind of a pub star, so yeah, I don't think that in competitive play that the whole team would rush for a flag, but in public matches I think that'll work out if you want to go for the win near the end of the game when it's a really important cap. So I've been talking about domination right there, by the way, because there's 3 flags in domination. I guess I don't really have to explain that. So yeah, if you heard on the loading screen, I'm playing against a bunch of British kids, and look at them, they're running around together. What are they doing? I guess they didn't know the map that well. They're pretty low levels. They're trying to get into the building, but there's no door there, so they had to go around. Poor kids are confused. So lightweight, sleight of hand, and marathon. I always use sleight of hand pretty much. I've always used sleight of hand in any Call of Duty game unless I'm using stopping power. And I really loved sleight of hand in Modern Warfare 2 because I could finally use stopping power and sleight of hand at the same time, which I thought was really cool. Sleight of hand, I think it matches my playstyle really well because I always get right into the action, and if I have to wait and like kind of hide and reload, I usually end up dying because of how close I usually stay to the enemy. And that was pretty stupid of me to call my care packages there. I probably would have had a better game if I went and tried to kill the other team. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. That's the end of the game. The end score is 16-2, I believe. I'll try and get some better games out for you guys of Search and Destroy and other game modes in the future. So in the meantime, maybe look in the description, consider following me on Twitter. Give me your thoughts in the comments about what you think of what I said. Maybe if you bring up some valid points, I'll consider them and mention them in my next video. Peace.